All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the MIE Trading Podcast, where I share my knowledge and experience on trading psychology, strategy, and risk management so that you can become a better trader. If you're new here, please remember to subscribe so that you never miss out on the latest way that you can improve your trading. Today's topic, how much capital do you need to start trading? And the short answer is as little or as much as you want, because depending on your broker, some of them might have deposit requirements, but nowadays, pretty much all of them have $10 or $20 requirements for deposits, and it's basically zero, so you can trade with however much money you want. But the long answer is it depends on your goal, and it depends on what you want to accomplish with day trading. And in this video, I'm going to be keeping it real and being honest with you, because the amount of money you need, depending on your goal, might be higher than what other people are telling you. And in this video, we're going to be using 3 example goals or situations and showing you how much money you might need if you wanted to be in that situation. The first one is if you wanted to be a day trader just as a supplement to your income from your job. So let's say you work a job every day and you want to do some day trading on the side just to make a bit extra money. The second example we'll be giving is if you want to day trade for a living. You want to quit your job and you want to be a day trader professionally, full-time, funding everything you do in life. And then number 3 is if you want to be you want to earn 10K a week and you want to be a baller. Okay, so to answer the first one, if you just want to day trade to have some extra income on the side, how much money do you need? So let's say that in this example, you have a job, which means you have less time available to be looking at the markets, researching, making plans and whatnot. That might mean you're trading on a longer time frame and you're taking less trades in general. So let's say you're taking 1 trade per day and you have an annual return of 50%, which, if I'm being honest, is actually quite generous for this situation. So, as we said, your life is already being funded by your jobs. This is just supplemental income, so any level of capital is okay. And since it's not your job, then any extra income you make is good. Now, based on that 50% annual profit we just mentioned, in your first year, if you started with $100, your first year would give you $50 profit. Your second year would give you 75, followed by 112.5, then roughly 160, and then roughly 240. So that would be your first 5 years if you started with $100. If you wanted to up that to $1,000 starting capital, your first year could give you 500, followed by 750, 1,100, 1,600, and then $2,400 profit. And then upping that one more time, let's say you started with a capital of $10,000. Your first year would give you $5,000 profit, followed by $7,500, $11,000, $16,000, and $24,000 profit each of your first 5 years. So that's kind of what you can expect to make if you are a good day trader and you do take it seriously and you have a proven strategy. All of those things, we're just assuming that for the sake of this video. But yeah, if you were day trading and you just wanted supplemental income, then if you wanted it to actually be somewhat meaningful, you kind of want to be in that range between $1,000 and $10,000 starting capital. Because, in that example we gave with $100, over 5 years, you're making not even $500 profit in 5 years. So it's probably not worth your time at that point. But yeah, if you start with $1,000 to $10,000, then in 5 years, you're making between $5,000 and $50,000, depending on where you start. And at that point, it becomes worth it, in my opinion. And now moving on to situation 2, if you wanted to day trade for a living, you wanted to quit your job, go full-time in the markets and fund your life that way, how much money would you need? So to give a little bit of context, to live modestly in Australia, right now it costs about $500 per week or $26,000 per year. And let's assume now that because you've gone full time, you have more experience, you can spend more time in the market, you can take more trades. And let's say that now you're going to make 75% per year instead of that 50% we said if you were doing it on the side. So if you're making 75% per year, and you need to make $26,000 per year to make a living, then $26,000 would need to equal 75% of your capital. So that would give us a starting capital of $35,000 to earn enough money in a year to live. However, you also need to factor in the fact that your income from day trading is taxable income. So now that bumps up your starting capital necessary to around about $50,000. So in Australia, if you wanted to day trade for a living, you're going to need to start with around $50,000 on the low end, because we're assuming 75% returns per year, and that's very high. Most people don't get that. Your superannuation, your 401k, that makes about 8% per year. So we're talking about nearly 10 times the returns of that. And 75% is definitely possible. If you're doing stuff right, it's possible. So if you want to earn a living, you're going to need about $50,000. And that's if you're never going to grow your income and you're only living off day trading. Now, what if you want to grow your portfolio as well so you can progress and maybe enter that stage of being rich? Well, then you might need to start with $75,000 capital, because then you have $25,000 extra on top that's able to make you extra money as well. So then the second year, after tax and after expenses, your new starting capital might be around $85,000 or $90,000. And then it might be $110,000, and then $140,000, and then $180,000, and then $250,000, and so on. And so you can actually grow your portfolio if you started with about $75,000. But the bare minimum just to cover your expenses might be around $50,000. And that's quite high if you want to be a professional day trader. Like, as I said, I'm going to keep it real. A lot of other channels like to sell day trading as this easy get rich quick, and it's really not. It is a serious job, and it's not easy. And now let's move on to that third example. If you want to be a bowler, you want to be rich, you want 10 grand a week or 500 grand per year. Now let's say that by this point you have even more experience, you have even more time, you make even more trades, and let's say you're making 100% per year. That's a lot. So 500K, which is what you want to make per year, equals 100% of your capital, which would be 500K starting capital. However, once again, we have to factor in tax. And because you're a baller now, you have to pay even more. It might be around 50%. So 500K equals 50%. You're going to be needing to make 1 million per year. And if 1 million is now 100%, then that's 1 million starting capital that you need if you want to be a baller making $500,000 a year. And that's a lot of money. But if you follow proven rules, proven strategies that are back tested, and you do stuff properly, then you can eventually get there, starting from as low as we said, $50,000 or $75,000 if you want to grow that account. And if you follow the rule for long enough, then you will eventually get to that point. It's only a matter of time. And so, as I said just before, if you go to other channels or other websites, they're going to be telling you way smaller amounts. Or you can make a living with $5,000, you can make a living with $10,000. But to be honest, they're just feeding you misinformation so that you go and buy their products. And I don't believe in that. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping it real and I'm sharing the truth with you of what it actually takes to be a professional day trader. So just to recap those situations, if you want to supplement your income, you can start with any level of capital. However, between $1,000 and $10,000 would be a better amount if you actually want to make your time in the markets worthwhile. If you want to make a living from day trading, you're going to need at least $50,000 to cover your basic expenses. And then if you want to be rich, you're going to need about $1 million in capital to make a big income from trading. And now, just quickly before we end the video, I'd like to go over my little trade recap. So this week I had 18 trades. I had a win rate of 61.11%, which gave me a net profit of negative 3.05%, which is not a profitable week, but it's okay since I've just come off a win streak of 4 weeks, and losing weeks, they happen. They're just part of the game. So I'm not feeling terrible about that. So that was my week of trading. And so with all that out of the way, I hope you found the video valuable. I hope it answered your questions and set you on the right track to knowing how much money you need to be a day trader. Please like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment on other things you might want to see in future episodes. Please subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on the latest way to improve your trading, and share it with a friend if you think they might find it valuable as well. Please remember, you can also go to my website if you want to get custom trading strategies designed by me specifically to your requirements. I also have courses on psychology, money management, risk management, and so on. All the cool stuff is over there at MIE.trade. And once again, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.